Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Yuri Tovbin again, and today I have for you something that is both very exciting, entertaining, and useful. I have the verb depend, its derivatives, производные слова, its equivalents, synoнимы, if you will, and the various ways in which this verb can be used. Let me say there that the verb depend is a high-frequency verb, which means that it is used by native speakers of English more frequently than they would use some other words or verbs. It is included in the 1,500 most used verbs in the English language. That's a pretty good statistic, and you will see in just a few minutes how useful this verb and its derivatives actually are. It has some derivatives, that is, words built from it. It has some adjectives such as dependent, independent. It has participle one, depending. It has the adjective dependable, and this is a free way to increase your vocabulary. You don't have to learn any additional words. You learn the word depend, and then you build all kinds of derivatives from it. It may be an adjective. It may be an adjective with a negative meaning, independent, and we will take on all of them as we go along. Depend generally is perceived as зависеть in Russian, but not necessarily so, because as you will see later, it has a lot of different translations and ways to translate it. Dependent, зависимый, depending, зависимый, в зависимости, independent, независимый, dependable, надежный, it goes to a different route, надежный, and we will see that it wraps itself up in many other things. While we're on the subject, let me give you a useful phrase. For example, do you like it? Yeah, I like it, but others may not. Может быть, другим не нравится. Tastes differ. На вкус и цвет товарищей нет. Some people have this taste, some people have that taste, and so tastes may be very different. Or if you want the verb, you will say tastes differ. Вкусы разные бывают, или на вкус и цвет товарищей нет. Let's move to the next slide. Depend can be used on its own, just depend. Nothing else follows it. No clause, no object, nothing. For example, it depends. Are you coming tomorrow? It depends. It's very flexible, очень гибкое слово. Are you coming tomorrow? А я не знаю, посмотрим. It depends. Или Are you coming tomorrow? It depends. Да как сложится? It depends. Видно будет. It depends. в зависимости от обстоятельств, very broad. And it is also used to mean it's a matter of many things. Это зависит от многих вещей. It may be a matter of taste, it may be a matter of time, as we will see later. It depends is very, very broad. Now, in addition to being used on its own, it can be used with the preposition on, and it is the only preposition with which the verb can be used. I've heard some people say depend of, which is wrong. It has to be depend on, whether you use it with a noun or a clause or a pronoun. It doesn't make a difference. It's always depend on. And it is used with either a noun or a pronoun or a gerundial phrase or a subordinate clause. Let's see. If somebody asks me a question, and if I say, well, it depends on the weather, what could that question have been? I'll give you a second. The question could have been, are we going out? Are we taking the trip? Are we going to the beach? It depends on the weather. The next sentence, it depends on Jack. What could the question have been? Are we driving? Are we riding? Or are we taking a train? It depends on Jack. If he gives us a ride, fine. If not, then we'll have to go by train. Next, please. It will depend on Eddie or Eddie's renting a car. What could the question have been? Is Jack taking us to Las Vegas? Oh, well, it depends on his renting a car. If he rents a car, he'll take us to Las Vegas. If not, we'll have to wait until next time. Next sentence. His success will depend on his ability to adjust. His success depends on his ability to adjust. Его успех зависит от его способности приспосабливаться к обстоятельствам. Adjust is регулировать, if you're talking about a TV or a record player or whatever. But if you adjust to something, it means you roll with the tide, you blow with the wind. That is, you accommodate yourself to the circumstances for your own benefit most of the time. It depends on his ability to adjust. Let's take the next one. Depend is also a verb that can take clauses. In this case, it's going to be a noun clause or an object clause because it follows a verb. The verb is followed by a preposition, and that preposition is normally followed by an object. You may have an object, but you may also have an object clause. And the number of connector words is almost infinite, is almost more than you can remember. It could be weather, which is li in Russian. Это зависит от того, передумает ли он. It depends on whether he will change his mind. Weather is much better than if. If is hardly used here. And it depends on whether, sometimes you might want to say whether or not. It depends on whether or not he will change his mind. I will stop here briefly, and I will continue in my next clip because I have a time limit for each clip. Thank you.